Today, we're discussing PSA testing. Did you know that PSA screening is not recommended for anyone of any age by any government of any nation? And I can prove it to you. Prostate cancer is overtreated, overdiagnosed in the United States at a rate of 84%. That is outrageous. Please allow me to prove to you that this information is true. Let's begin with this chart from the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force. Men who are healthy and go through PSA testing, which is not recommended, risk being overdiagnosed and overtreated if they allow their doctor to continue down that path. 8 out of 10 men will be overdiagnosed after a PSA test for a health issue that does not require any treatment at all. They will be encouraged to have surgery, chemo, radiation, and injections for multiple years beyond surgery. All of this when no medical intervention was necessary. That is insane. So when a physician mentions that you are over 50 and you should have a PSA test, you now know that it is unnecessary testing that could lead to a more harmful consequence than you could have ever imagined. Here is the tough part of this equation. People are led to believe that early detection screening is good for them. Americans have bought into the whole idea that going through testing when they have no symptoms is good for them. But I will convince you that it is not a good idea, ever. It could cost you your life due to the overdiagnosis and overtreatment situation in the medical community in the United States. Here's why. This is the real deal. Your PSA levels fluctuate every day. If you have a full bladder, your PSA levels rise. If you're having sex, your PSA levels rise. You ejaculate, holy cow, your PSA levels rise. You eat a steak, down a few beers, or have a few shots at the bar, your PSA levels rise. You eat Aunt Martha's mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, turkey, and pumpkin pie, and guess what? Your PSA levels rise. If you've had a current or a recent kidney, bladder, or UTI, your PSA levels rise. I could go on and on, but the bottom line is this. On a Tuesday, your PSA level could be at a 19. On Saturday, 38. Next week, 10. You start eating more fruits and vegetables and leave the meat alone, now it's down to a 4. Regardless of what your PSA levels were in that 1 week period, you had no cancer and no medical attention was required. Yet 8 out of 10 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer they do not have because the PSA screening test is based on PSA levels. After they are medically treated with surgery and radiation that they never needed, the harsh reality sets in for the man who believed his physician. Surgery, chemo, radiation, prescription meds, pain, suffering, financial hardship for a condition requiring no treatment, and then there's more to be added to that list. Impotence, incontinence, hair loss, physical limitations, radiation burns that lead to other health issues and complications, neuropathy, lymphedema, kidney disease, heart disease, heavy metals overload from the anesthesia, prescription meds, chemo, and radiation, a lifelong regimen of testing and pills or injections after surgery to catch any new cancer early that you never had to start with, risk of infection, pain from scarring, psychological issues, memory loss, financial debt, and the list goes on. So what are you supposed to do about PSA testing? Guys, seriously, This is the easiest question to answer. You already know if your prostate is working all right. You pee every day, multiple times. Does your urine stream earn an A+ or a D-? If your stream hasn't changed in years, why would you get a PSA test? Then I ask this: how's the erection? An A+ or a D-? No problems, no test. The reality is this: you are the only person in this world aware of how your prostate is functioning. You do not need a test to tell you, and you do not need a test to allow your physician access to that knowledge. Remember, there is no requirement for this test. It's not recommended by any government because the harm outweighs the benefits. Look, there is no mandatory testing. It is all voluntary. But when the results come back high, the doctor will terrify you to the point that you actually believe you need treatment to save your life because no one ever told you that your PSA level changes every day. 8 out of 10 men, not 1 out of 1,000, 8 out of 10 will be overdiagnosed and overtreated for an issue requiring 0 medical attention. But listen to this: 100% of all medical treatments for prostate issues create long-lasting negative side effects. This is what you need to know. You are the one responsible for your health, not your doctor. A physician is someone you pay to help you navigate through health issues when they arise. Your prostate is not a health issue if the doctor is merely suggesting it because of your age. Overdiagnosis and overtreatment issues requiring no medical attention at all is captured in a book by H. Gilbert Welch. He is a professor of medicine and the director of the Center for Medicine and the Media at the Dartmouth Institute for Health Policy and Clinical Practice, and Lisa Schwartz and Stephen Woloshin are co-authors. This book is entitled Overdiagnosed: Making People Sick in the Pursuit of Health, and it was released in 2011. The PSA test is nothing short of criminal. The prostate is deemed an organ you can survive without, and taking it from you results in profits for the medical team and debt for you. For the rest of your life, you will regret ever going for a PSA test, because in your lifetime, it will be proven to you the truth that PSA tests report false positives. PSA levels fluctuate every day, so it is an inaccurate test to begin with. Prostate cancer is not hereditary, and it is the most overdiagnosed, overtreated, overstated, least likely to happen to you cancer on this planet. Prostate biopsies are unnecessary. They're costly, painful, can cause other health issues, and only 20% will ever come back as possible cancer. Possible cancer, not actual cancer. And of those, 90% do not require treatment. Men can live for 20 to 30 years with most forms of prostate cancer because it is very slow growing. Prostate cancer is rarely ever the contributing factor for death. This is the major reason that PSA screening offers so little benefit and is not recommended by any government. PSA levels fluctuate daily, and if the test is performed on a high day, you can be led to believe that there is something wrong when it is not. No more sex is as real as it can be in this sentence. Erection, sex, orgasm will be highly unlikely after prostate surgery. Unless you are paying a highly skilled surgeon that you must wait a year just to get a telephone consult, then to perform the delicate nerve-sparing surgery, you wait another 6 months for the operation to be scheduled. Prostate cancer does not run in the family, but eating habits do, If you are eating a high-fat, lots of meat and poultry diet, coupled with alcohol and minimal fresh fruits and vegetables and water, you might just be a prostate cancer candidate. Fresh fruits and vegetables should be the first thing you eat, not the last, to avoid any type of cancer. If you are over 50 and just found the love of your life and are having incredible sex every day, a PSA test will absolutely be elevated. Having sex raises PSA levels. Think about it. The prostate handles your erection. Have sex, elevated PSA. Have a wet dream, elevated PSA. Come on, guys. Understand your parts. In all seriousness, when all the guys get together, who is going to admit to their friends and family that they had their prostate removed and then found out they never had cancer? Anyone you know is going to admit that? Would you be telling people you were that gullible? Look, share the word. Stop this hideous atrocity. Keep your parts and keep them away from PSA testing unless you cannot achieve an erection or you can't pee properly. Text this video to every man you care about. Brothers, fathers, teammates, co-workers. This is serious and it's for real. The resources are listed at the end of this video for you to do your own research. Guys, why are you giving up so easily? Please, read the information. Get your buddies on board. Stop this charade. Keep your prostate, because after all, it belongs to you, and it is priceless, and you deserve what it does for you. Wishing you the very best. Please, just think about it.
The content of this video contains the author's opinions, observations, thoughts, conclusions, and serves as informational and educational material purposes only. It is not intended as medical advice, medical diagnosis, or medical treatment. The author is not prescribing medical treatment nor attempting to negate current medical treatment. Should viewers choose to follow any of the author's recommendations without the supervision of a medical doctor, they are doing so at their own risk. Should viewers decide to implement any of this information in the video, they are solely responsible for any outcome. The statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The products mentioned in the video are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.